What's up? Alright, this week's video is going to be slightly different. Stop itching. Hey, guy. No. What's up? Alright, this week's video is going to be slightly different than the ones you're used to. Normally all my vlogs and stuff are funny. This one is not that. So if it's not for you, completely understand. I'll catch you next week. Now, so as long as I've been shooting video, I've always had people ask me what kind of camera, what kind of drone, what kind of computer, you name it, I've probably been asked it. So on my list of things to do, this is my list, has been at the very top, shoot a video on what you use to shoot video. Well, in that, I've also been needing to shoot a new intro for my vlogs because when I shot the original one and I put it all together, I wanted to do it for a year. It's been about that long. So now's the time to make the new one. I thought, well, might as well kill two birds with one stone and make the video now on how to make a video with making the video. It's a tough thing because I don't want to make it super long, but I want it to be as informative as possible. So I tried to just kind of cover the basics. If this is something you're into, let me know. And I'll make more and we'll go into more depth or whatever you want to do. But in the meantime, this is how I make my videos, and this is my last time with the original intro. Kind of a bummer. But this is how I do it. So the first part of my new intro that I want to do, I'm going to use Google Images, and I'm going to come from the top. I'm going to screen record on my Mac, and I'm going to scroll down and zoom in into my house, right? So it looks like it's a space shot, and it's going to come right down probably within, I'm going to say about 500 to 1,000 feet. And then from there, I'm actually going to use my drone from about that elevation, and I'm actually going to do this in reverse. So I'm going to take the drone and I'm going to hold it out, and then I'm going to take off and go up because the drone accelerates faster than it comes down. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take it and I'm going to record as it's leaving the house. It's going to fly directly above. And then when I go to edit the software, or when I go to my editing software, which I use either Final Cut Pro or iMovie, whenever I go to that, I'm actually going to play it in reverse. So as I flip it, it's going to look like it's coming down. So the drone that I use, I keep it in this little case. It's handy because the camera I use is a DJI OSMO. It's a pocket camera. It's about the size of this little slot right here, so it fits in there perfect. So if I ever go on a trip or, like I'm out recording somewhere that requires me to travel, it's nice because I can fit all my cables and everything in here and my on-the-ground camera. And it's on it's called a gimbal, so it keeps your shot real steady. So like right now I'm moving the camera quite a bit, but you can't really tell. My drone that I'm about to shoot this shot for is the DJI, and you can see it's really small. It's a DJI Spark. It actually only shoots in 1080, which on paper a lot of people say that it's not good, but 1080 is actually plenty, and I up-res it to 4K. It's very nice because it uses this real small controller. Everything is pretty compact. This folds out. Alright, so now I'm actually shooting this shot, and here it goes. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but as of right now we're at about 400 feet. I think that's going to be just fine. The drone, however, I have no idea. It's up there somewhere. Alright, now that the drone's here, we're going to export the footage from the drone to the laptop. So I have a MacBook. It's a 2017 MacBook Pro. I really like it. It works very well, especially for editing and that kind of thing. It just works. That's what I really like about it. I do have a Windows computer, but for any kind of video editing, it really does great. I typically use iMovie for my video editing. Sometimes I'll use Final Cut Pro if I need like really professional shots and transitions and that kind of thing. But for just slapping a vlog together or something that doesn't really carry too much weight, I'll just use iMovie and it works just fine. So now we're going to so this has a little SD card in it, and I have a reader, plugs into the Mac with the little dongle thing. Put your SD card in there, and you're off to the races. Alright, so now that we have our dongle and the SD card inserted, now I'm pretty meticulous when it comes to storing files and how I have it all organized, but that's for a whole nother video. So now that we have our shot, we're going to import it from the SD card to the computer. We'll put it in there, and then we're going to import it into iMovie, and then that's where all the magic's going to happen. So the raw shot itself typically doesn't look very good. That's normal. So if you're shooting this and you think the drone shot doesn't look very good, well, that's just part of it. So you're going to do the rest in your video editing software. Okay, so now we've got our footage imported here, and this is a screen recording of Google Earth. Google Maps did not work, but you can see it's going to zoom in. It's going to go to our location. That's how I recorded it. I'll have to do a little bit of editing to make it a little smoother, and I'm going to add some music, and it's going to go to the beat of that. But that's it, zooming all the way to the house, and then you can see it's followed by what's going to be the next bit of footage, which is the wrong way, and you can see it's going up and obviously too slow. So what we're going to have to do is you're going to have to reverse this and speed it up. So now the footage should be going the correct way and much faster. Perfect. All right, now that we've got everything imported in, everything's cut somewhat into place. We'll have to do a little bit of finishing touches, but for the rough start at the very beginning, now this is where we're at. Now we'll just add in a few other clips from over this past year, and we should be set. So now introducing the new intro. All right, and that's a glimpse of how I make my videos. And these are my idiot friends. What do you have to say, Matt?
It's Daddy!
Bryce, you have anything you want to say?
Yeah, add me on Facebook at Briles.